Social worker and therapist Beatrice Klokpah talking about students' health and well-being as they get ready to head back to class. Good morning.
Good morning, Brianna.
I appreciate your patience today. I want to ask you straight off, what are the main stressors and causes of anxiety for kids as they get ready to head back to school?
Yeah, Brianna, I think that's a great question. I want to say the top three stressors that are impacting kids as they're getting ready to go back to school are the things that are happening in their home. The conditions in the home do carry over to the stress that they take also to school. I also want to say just social pressure, wondering if they're going to perform. Are they going to get along with their peers? And then the third thing is bullying. Bullying is something that a lot of youth face in schools. So I would say that those would be the top three stressors.
You know, it's not just a local conversation, but even nationally, adults are talking about social media and how it impacts these kids. What
Yeah.
does it do to kind of exacerbate the stressors that you just mentioned?
You know, really what exacerbates it is having a prolonged amount of screen time. Youth are on the phones all the time. And I think while they're on the phones, there's a lot of comparison that's happening that's exacerbating the stress, that is increasing their anxiety, their depression, their feelings of not being enough, and on top of the pressure to perform at school.
We know a lot of times teachers can be the first to notice something is going on with the student. They work in tandem with parents a lot of times. So how can parents and teachers work together to spot a kid who is struggling and then help them out?
I would say to ask bold questions. The first thing is to be brave. Ask questions that are really going to engage with the kiddo that you're working with. Asking them questions like, how are you really doing today?
Hmm.
Is there anything that you need from me? How can I support you? This cultivates a sense of safety and conversation where it will increase the likelihood that they'll actually open up and share with you what's going on. The other thing that I would say is to be optimistic. Be optimistic about what is happening. Hurdles are going to come in the school year. And so continuing to be positive with the young people and also with each other. As adults, it's important for us to keep first things first. And remember that even difficult times are not going to last for forever. And then I would also say lead with wellness. Teachers, parents, lead with wellness at the forefront, meaning if the kiddo needs a timeout or if you need a timeout, give yourself that or give them that. And then the last thing that I would say is to be determined. Be determined to make it a good school year. And a lot of the times, what that has to do with is taking care of ourselves first.
That's a great message for the kids and the teachers and parents as we get ready to start a brand new school year. Beatrice, thank you so much for your time this morning. Was there anything else you wanted to add they may not have asked you about that these folks need to know?
Yes, for parents and students, if you want a resource that will be helpful for you, that you can always reference back to, text BOLD to 55444. That's BOLD, BOLD to 55444, where you will get access to a free download where you can get some resources and tips to support yourself and your students.
What a way to make it easy. Thank you so much for your expertise and your time this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And we want to make sure you know as well that we are helping you get back to school